God of War Ragnarok. This is a game that I wanted to avoid talking about, but since I recently completed it, I thought it was a good idea to just get my thoughts out on the game at least. So I'm not into God of War trilogy that much. I didn't grow up with God of War, and it wasn't one of the games that I played as childhood. I did play God of War 2018. I played it more than halfway through, and I don't remember the exact reason I stopped, but I did enjoy the game. It was a fun one, and I do know most of the story for God of War from the 2018 onwards. I know the entire thing, and Old War 4, I know most of the story of it as well. So when I was starting God of War Ragnarok, I was pretty excited for it since I knew how big of a deal that game was, and I played it on my PC. And first of all, the game looks really good. The art direction they went for this game is really amazing. The areas in the game are just really good looking, pretty, and all that. So, graphics wise, I had no issues at all. Though I did run into this small issue where, after like an hour or so, the game VRAM uses will spike. That was the issue that I faced. It was fixed soon. Like I did some settings and messed with some settings, and it was fixed. The issue I mainly thought of it because well I have RTX 5080 and I hope nothing lags on that graphics card. So I was just confused, though it was fixed and after that point everything ran perfectly well. That's beside the point for it now. So God of War Ragnarok started off really great. Like the starting section of the game was fun, and the Thor battle at the very beginning was really good. It was extremely fun, and that fight set the entire bar for the entire game for me. And I was really looking forward to it. But then the main game started. I have quite a few issues with the main game. Let's just talk about them now. First of all, the enemies in the game, at least at this beginning, were so repetitive. Like everything and everyone was same. The bosses were also like not great after Thor. Like I think after Thor, there was only one good boss throughout the main story until the very end, where we have a rematch with Thor and the final battle. Those were great. I'll talk about them later. But in the middle, the entire time, there were like one good battle. I don't remember the name, but the dragon fight, that big snake. I don't remember the name. It was a good fight. Rest of the game was good. Just the boss fights that I had really high hopes for because of Thor. Yeah, that was kind of a letdown. Though the story of the game, I personally liked it. I know there are like a lot of people who did not like the story of Ragnarok. I did not have much issue with it. It was pretty good. The characters were well portrayed, and the twist that it's a three-year-old game. So I don't know if it will be considered a spoiler, but I am still warning you. The death of the dwarf bro, I think was his name, that was really impactful for me personally because I actually liked that character and I thought he was great, and his death was a pretty good turning point, and everything else from that point on was really well managed. And the final battle in Ragnarok, man, that was an excellent point in the game. And I personally like the story. Not the best, but it was still pretty good for me. Now, another thing that I want to talk about is the puzzles. I was hoping for them to be better, and the issue with puzzles. Like, I saw the potential with puzzles. I think the first game had few better puzzles, but the issue with the puzzles, oh my god, Atreus, can he please shut up? He doesn't need to tell me everything. Like, I genuinely hated when he just spoiled what I had to do all the time. It was so annoying. I don't need to know that I just have to throw my axe. It's such a basic task. I can understand it for myself, okay? And yeah, it was like pretty boring in that aspect because I saw a lot of potential in the puzzles in the game. They had varieties, but they just had a lot of hand holding in that aspect. But one aspect that did not have holding it, combat. Extremely fun. Mainly the Kratos section. Whenever I played as Kratos, I felt like such a powerhouse. It was so fun. The combat was extremely well made. It was fluid. It was heavy, and the weapon varieties, the first two weapons we got, they were really good to use. They felt good to use. The spear that we get later, it did not like feel as good as the first two we had. The axe and the Kratos' main weapon, the fire one. I forgot the name again. Those two were really fun to use, and the axe throw in God of War is one of the best thing that game could have ever done. I mean, it was in the first one as well, but the axe throw just feels so satisfying, man. It's a rare feeling in games where something like that exists. It was one of the best thing that game could have done, and combat overall were really good. But then, this is my biggest issue with the game. Atreus. This guy as whole is a issue. Not the story wise. I don't hate the character. Atreus is not a bad character, okay? But Atreus sections were such a drag, man. I genuinely hated every second I played as Atreus. It was so boring. His combat was not nearly as fun as Kratos' was, and the bow. It was just the thing about me is I don't like to use anything aim related when I'm playing with controller. I usually play FPS and anything that has aim in it or anything first person with keyboard and mouse. And you would know where it is. Atreus' bow was so annoying to use, and just whole combat with Atreus felt like weird. It did not feel good, honestly speaking. And just there were so little sections with it. I understand if I have to play as him, that's fine. But make it like half an hour to an hour, man. There were like multiple 2-3 hour sections of him that was just all throughout the game. It just got really annoying to me. The very first time I played as a Triss, I was like, yeah, okay, that's not too bad. And then second time we had go to that Lost Woods area, I think it's called, or something. We got to that area. I immediately regretted saying his section could be good. He was such a drag to play as. Like, seriously, why? What were they thinking? Okay, I do understand some people liking his section, but me personally, I'm sorry. They were such a drag for me. Kratos, on the other hand, just genuine joy. It was so fun playing as him. And honestly, since I haven't played many God of War games, one thing that really stood out to me was Kratos' voice acting. That is so well done. Every single dialogue that Kratos talks, like the moment he opens his mouth, it feels so heavy, it feels so good. His voice acting, one of, if not the best voice acting I have ever seen in a video game ever. And now, the portion that I like the most, the final battle, the Ragnarok. So fun. Like the entire area, I was feeling the impact. I'm actually a fan of every time there goes a war in game. It just feels like we are actually fighting in war or something. It just feels good. And Ragnarok is a really well done war, in my opinion. And then we got to the final two boss, Thor and Odin. Gotta say, were really, really excellent bosses. I absolutely enjoyed those bosses. They were really fun. I only wish that there were more bosses like these throughout the entire game. Just amazing. Overall, I think the game was good. I don't have a lot of hate towards it. The only hate that I have for this game is all the entries section. And honestly speaking, I played this game once, but I know many people who would like to replay this game. I genuinely don't understand how people will replay this game and play the address section again. Like, I don't think many people like the section, but me personally, I hate it. Address and character, not bad. The section where we have to play as actors, extremely bad. Okay, so that was my review for God of War Ragnarok. I would actually like to try more God of War game. I think I'll actually like to try God of War 3 since I've heard quite a lot about it being good, the combat especially. So I might give it a try in future. But for now, God of War Ragnarok was a pretty good game. And I probably won't be playing God of War 2018. So thanks for watching the video. And please do subscribe, it will help me a lot.